Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, where we are in season 16 entitled Winning the Mental Game for Kids. Yes, in this season, kids, I am talking directly to you about winning your mental game because your life is too important. You are too important. And we need you in this world more than ever to show up as the best version of yourself. And if you can learn how to do that now, however old you are and whatever it is that you're doing in this world right now, man, I know it's going to make our world better in the future. But here's the thing. You got to make good choices because there are so many distractions out there. There are so many things out there that can take you off the course of your life. And you have to learn how to fight the good fight for your life because your life is important in this world, in your community, both now and in the future. And so we can't let things distract you or dissuade you from how important you are. And so we've been working through I have a book called Winning the Mental Game, the playbook for building championship mindsets. You might want to check it out depending on your age, right? But there's 46 QR codes that take you to some really cool interactive social media posts, different videos, different articles, but it will do a deep dive into each of these mental plays that we've been talking about. So today we're going to look at play number 5, what we call attentional control. This is about controlling your attention and putting your attention on the right things at the right time. I get to serve as the mental performance coach for LSU football. And this is the same stuff that we're teaching our guys in college football. It's the same stuff that I have the opportunity to teach our professionals in the business setting where I get to serve as the chief culture officer for Lipper. And so, listen, this applies to everyone, but it certainly applies to you. And so if you start to take this stuff seriously, you can take so much control over your own life, regardless of where you're from, how old you are, what your circumstances might be. You might come from a really awesome family and still be struggling winning your mental game. You might come from nothing and be winning your mental game. Regardless of where we're at, doesn't matter the color of our skin. It doesn't matter what gender we are. It doesn't matter how much money we have, what part of town we're from. What matters is you are human and you have a brain. And when you learn how to use your brain, man, the world is your oyster. There's so much greatness you can make. And I want you to tap into that. And I want you to have the courage and the confidence to make great choices for wherever you're at right now and for your future. And so in attentional control, what we're talking about is learning how to be in the present moment. So let me ask you a question. Can your physical body ever be in the past? No, is what I'm assuming you answered. Can your physical body ever be in the future? No, right? I always say this is not rocket science, it's just brain science. No, our physical body can only be where? In the present moment, right here, right now. But let me ask you this. Can your mind ever go to the past? Have you ever been sitting in class and thinking about maybe something that happened at home earlier that day or maybe on the bus? Yeah. Or can your mind ever go to the future? You're sitting in class and you're thinking about what you're going to do after class or thinking about practice or wondering or worrying about what's going to happen when you get home at night? Yeah. And guess what? If my mind is in the past or the future, where is it not? It's not in the present. And so attentional control is about learning how to draw our mind from the past or the future into the present moment. So it's right over your body because performance, and again, performance is just how you show up in the moment. Performance happens in the present. When you are in class, be in class. When you're at practice, be at practice. When you're at home, be at home. And so here's the thing. If our mind goes to the past for too long, that's where depression comes from. Right? We wish things were different, the way they used to be, how things ought to be, right? Or if our mind goes to the future for too long, that's where anxiety comes from. And so it's helpful for your mind to go to the past. I want you to go to the past to reflect, right? To think about what went well in that moment. What could have gone better in that moment? And it's helpful for our mind to go to the future, right? We set goals a couple episodes ago, right? We talked about goal setting and how important that is to motivation. I want you to think about what your life could be, your vision for what your life could be. But then we got to draw our mind into the present, because this is where we can make choices to change the trajectory of our future from our past that we might not be happy with or safe in, and then to transform what our future could look like. If we have these goals or these visions, what do I need to do today to make that a reality? And so that's how attentional control works. And every week, right, we have championship mindset training, things that you can do to help you win your mental game and train that aspect of it. So your championship mindset training this week is to apply a really simple mental strategy that we call the WIN principle. WIN, W-I-N, question mark, all right? And WIN stands for what's important now. Okay, I had a rough morning. Something didn't go well. I got in a disagreement with somebody on the bus, but I'm in my first period class. What's important now? Well, what's important now is that I sit up, I put my eyes on my teacher, and I take notes to help me stay locked in. Okay? I'm in class, but I'm thinking about practice this afternoon. What's important now? Okay? That I lock in, that I put my eyes on my teacher, that I take notes so that I do well in class, so that I'm eligible to play my sport. Right? Or maybe you're in practice, or you're in a game. You're in a game and you think about a mistake that you made earlier in the game. If your mind is on that mistake, where is it not? In the present moment. So you have to ask yourself, what's important now? This play, right here, right now. Right? Or if you're thinking about, you're in the game and you're like, okay, well, we're down by 1 point. So if there's 10 minutes left on the clock, and you start doing mental math and you're thinking about the outcome of the game, what are you not thinking about? The process in the moment, what you need to do to make up that point. So what's important now is a really simple, really powerful strategy to draw our mind from the past or the future into the present, because performance happens in the present. Every time you ask yourself that question and you answer it, now all of a sudden, that's where your attention should be placed. So this week, practice the WIN principle. What's important now? And learn to be in the present moment, wherever you're at. Because if you want a different future, you need a different present based on the choices that you're going to make today. If this stuff is interesting and you'd like to learn some more, check out our website, www.selkingperformance.com. You can follow us on all the social media platforms at Champ Mindset. We are on Team Follow Back, so I'd love to see you there as well. And I love hearing about how you're applying the content of this podcast to your life and how you show up on a day-to-day basis. So send me an email directly, Dr. Selking at selkingperformance.com, if you have a story to share, or if you're interested in a keynote speech for your organization, because what we know is that mental performance training is applicable to all of us at every age, in every industry, and it can help us show up and deliver our best consistently when it matters most. Thank you so much for tuning in today. You've been listening to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, and from the locker room to the boardroom, I just want to challenge you to continue building your championship mindset.